And it was Willis now throwing off bodies off his shoulders, and he just kind of went along the whole team and just decimated his team. Rudy Russo had a broken jaw, and Henry Finkel had a broken jaw.
And the league wanted to put me out of the league for that. But they had the film of it, and they showed that Rudy threw the first punch.
Meantime, the guy Johnson was traded for, Xavier McDaniel, wasn't around for the finish as the Suns lost in Portland. He and Jerome Kersey were ejected for a third quarter tussle right there in the Blazers' 123-116 win. Still, the Suns have won 16 out of 22 since McDaniel came aboard.
Spectacular game. Now, this is the play of the game. Now, watch Person beat McHale off the dribble. Bird slides over and just pulls this ball right out of Person's arms and prevented a layup or a possible three-point play. And then I do believe, if we read his lips, said a naughty at Person's.
Larry Bird, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. And
Seattle's got to be very careful right now. When the game gets a little ragged, they got to slow it down. They do not want to get into this game where they just go crazy.
And we've got a little rough stuff starting underneath in this one. Sean Kemp being pushed aside.
They better get Sean Kemp and Buck Williams away from each other right now. Those guys talking to each other.
For the second straight night, two of the three officials, Jack Madden and Dick Bavetta, involved in an altercation.
The referee's got to be very careful right now. They're all three over here talking, and you've got Buck Williams and Sean Kemp. Here's what happens now. Buck Williams are going to set a screen on him, and he's just going to blast through the screen. Here comes Eddie Johnson. He's just going to blast through the screen, and Sean Kemp takes exception to it and pushes him. That's a technical foul. Got to be careful now not to throw any punches. You throw a punch, you're ejected. So right now the referee's sorting through what's going to transpire after this happens.
Last night, Jack Madden and Dick Bavetta were talking about Terry Teagle taking two punches at Jamerson of Houston. And in case you didn't hear, Terry Teagle was given a pretty stiff penalty, a $7,500 fine, and suspended for one game.
That could really cost them, too, because now they've got to play a ball game at home without their big guard off the bench. I was kidding Dick Bavetta and Jack Madden as we walked out on the floor tonight. I said, anything exciting happened in your guys' life recently? After the...
Well, the technical call on Sean Kemp, and shooting it for Portland will be Terry Porter, who has 5 points on the night. He's 3 out of 4 from the line. As we've mentioned a couple of times, this is a great rivalry. These two cities only 180 miles apart. Here's an upstairs look at it.
Well, Buck Williams just punishes him there, and there's Sean Kemp with a push, and there's Kersey with the push back. Luckily, Kersey did not also receive a technical foul for pushing.
And play is about to resume.
You feel it heating up, don't you? You feel the intensity, the defense really cranking it up right now.
Also, during that delay, you saw Greg Willard, the third official, have a long talk with Sean Kemp, almost like a father scolding his son.
I might have lost a hamburger on that. Here's Magic with it. Magic holds it up and gives out in front. Scott's 20-footer is good. He's knocked down hard, and he's hurt this time. Isaiah really creamed him, knocked him down when he was helpless in the air, shooting the shot, and Isaiah has not even gone over to the sprawled figure of Scott, where his teammates gather around. Timeout the Lakers. Here comes Gary Beatty out. About it so far as I could tell, just hard, aggressive try. On the Lakers Basketball Ouch Network. Rebound to Byron Scott. Oh, this is a fine game. Hope you're enjoying it. Dribble drive through. Drew underneath the Divac, and he's hammered and knocked down hard. He might be hurt. Sally let him have it. Rodman helps him up. Cook helps him up. There was no doubt.
The penetration move, he dishes it off to Vlade, and John Sally takes off Vlade's head, shoulders, arms, everything.
This crowd is going berserk. A hard collision. That's two in the last minute. The other took place at midcourt between Lane Beer and goodbye Vlade after that hard spill. Another one good in the pressure cooker. The Lakers have shot front court. Magic going the distance. He's all the way. Put it up in the corner. It goes and goes. Foul. Lane Beer and Green in a fight. Lane Beer.
I think it's Isaiah. Lane Beer was trying to get into it to keep him away.
Or whatever, it was Lane Beer that Green pushed hard, and then Green turned his attention to Isaiah. Back in the air, rejected by Perkins. A 2-on-1 break against Lane Beer. Teagle to Worthy. Worthy puts it up and in. He's fouled by Lane Beer. And a fight. Lane Beer is going after Worthy. I don't believe this. Lane Beer gets in a fight seemingly once a week.
Well, I think this time, as James was going to the basket, he felt that Beal tried to hurt him, and on the play, it didn't seem like Beal tried to hurt him, but James is letting him know, don't do it again.
Now the trainer for Detroit is pulling James away, Mike Abdenauer. Magic is saying to James, hey guys, let's don't let our tempers cost us this game. Mike Dunleavy and the coaches for Detroit are all out on the floor. Dunleavy made his quickest move of the season when he saw Lane Beer and Worthy start pointing fingers and moving toward each other. Here's the official ruling. Personal foul on Bill Lane Beer.
That's his first personal, third team foul.
Third team foul, first foul on
First in
Lane
the last
Beer.
2 minutes. Also, we have a double technical foul against Bill Lane Beer and James
Nothing is
Worthy.
shot on the double technical. Nothing is shot. Either one gets another tee, they're gone. Fine. Now let's take a look on television and see what exactly happened.
Well, as James was going up,
wow,
he really threw the arms down to hit him, and that's something that James did not appreciate, and he let Beal know about it.
That's a flagrant foul. If that's not a flagrant foul, there isn't any flagrant foul.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, the way the rule is, that's flagrant. James let him know that was flagrant. Now you got to let the officials into the ball game. Chuck Daly is not even going to call timeout. He wants the game to end.
Aguirre and Green are almost into it. I think Aguirre is trying to apologize, really. I don't think he's trying to fight. I didn't see what happened between them, did you?
No, I didn't.
Aguirre is pointing.
I don't think they're exchanging pleasantries.
34-28. Pass in low to Worthy. A bullet from Drew. Boy, can he throw that ball hard. Out to AC. 20-footer will be short. It is. Rebound is off on a loose ball foul. Look out. Whoa! That's all for Teagle. Teagle's through. I'll guarantee you that.
That was not smart.
That was not. Teagle is through probably for the series. At least another game. Jamerson, I think, started it. I think he gave a cheap shot to Teagle, and Teagle then chased him out in open air and open daylight and hit him twice flush. Teagle will be gone, no question. The referees are conversing, 3 of them. Teagle explaining to his coach, but that won't help. If they saw what I saw, Teagle's gone.
Oh, he's gone. There's no question. One of the 3 of them saw Terry Teagle throw a punch. He is definitely out of here.
Now Smith comes over, and Teagle wants to be restrained again. What's the matter with you, Terry? The referees are sending him to the locker room. Oh, that's a bad break for the Lakers. A terrible break for the Lakers. I'm not worried about tonight. He's even fighting the grip that the guard has got on him, trying to help him, trying to protect him from maybe getting fined $7,500 or $10,000 plus a suspension, which will not only hurt him, it'll destroy this team, because he has been carrying, as we just showed you, a graphic 17 points in his last 11 games. Now let's see if we can see what happens for sure. I know what Teagle did. There it is right there. Jamerson pulls him down. Watch Teagle now. Now he'll get him again. He chases him and get him again. Larry Smith's trying to stop Teagle, who throws his mouthpiece to the floor. Jermaine is saying, I'm not trying to be mean. That goes on all the time, Stu.
No question about it. I mean, if that's all it took to get him going, he was fired up to begin
Jamerson will
with.
shoot.
Warriors going against the Spurs tonight. Second quarter action, it got tough at the Hemisphere. Jim Peterson and David Robinson mixing it up in the neighborhood. Both benches cleared at this one. Neither player was ejected, but you could see it was playoff intensity early. Scuffle got things going. Willie Anderson finds Robinson from half court with the alley-oop. Spurs go on to win it by a score of 120.
You say, why don't they take a timeout and get it at midcourt?
Well, then they can't run with the ball.
No, and not only that, the other guy would be 47 feet closer.
All right, waiting for Green to try to get it in. He can't do it. Timeout. Green and Williams going at it. The referee is down, pulling Williams with him. Williams wants a part of AC. Now the assistant coach, Freddie Carter, comes down and gets the St. John product, Williams.
Well, let me tell you something. If they see it the way I see it, Williams should get a technical foul. The Lakers should be the recipient of a free throw in possession. AC did nothing to start that or anything, so there's only one combatant in there. He should get a technical. The Lakers should get free throws.
That's 2 nights in a row that AC's been in a little shoving match. The referees are talking it over. I'm not sure that any one of the 3 saw it. We'll be back, and we'll see it on TV and talk to you on radio about it in a second on the Lakers Basketball Network. Stu, take a look at that little altercation. It resulted in a double technical.
Well, actually, it was AC and Williams getting into it, and the AC really ends up just trying to hug him, I think, to make up. And Williams is the guy that went off. I cannot believe it's a double technical. I mean, I try to be as partial as I can be. I think Williams, if there's going to be a technical, it should have been Williams and Williams only.
But also, they have kicked both players out of the game. Both have been ejected. I don't think AC Green has ever been kicked out of a game before in his 7 years.
The 76ers, the new Bull Jackson.
Now Bull is coming in. The score is 93-90. The Lakers will try to inbound it from midcourt, and they're going to use Jack Haley, and he's had a tremendous game. But no Lakers.
The scheme is very good. Hudson beats the buzzer. What a spectacular call by Flip Sanders out of that 20-second timeout to get that open shot. Perfect execution.
In games 5 and 6, as the stakes became higher, the High Wire Act turned into a war. Each possession became a battle. Emotions and tempers flared. Inspired and physical play took over. And force was mixed with grace.
It's about raising your level of play physically and mentally. Once the younger players, such as San Antonio has, get accustomed to the physical nature of the game, they will see that it's not so much about being a cheap shot artist than about it's a lot at stake, and that's the way that you play in the playoffs.
Elliott puts it up, it's short. No good. Rebound, Cummings underneath. No good. And we have a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be Drazen Petrovic. And if it is, that's all. And Petrovic and Sean Elliott lock arms for a moment. And that was broken up. And Terry Porter trying to calm down Drazen Petrovic. No, it's on Buck Williams. That's 5 on Buck Williams, with 29.8 tenths of a second to go. And that will put the San Antonio Spurs at the line. How can that be? That's incredible to call. It is incredible. Yeah.
Changes shot in midair. And now Elliott and Kersey are going at each other. Mark Bryant stepping between those two, and for Sean Elliott, it's a case probably of hearing Kersey talk trash once too often, in addition to a few elbows through this series. Elbow technical on both Elliott and Kersey. Well, that's been a verbal sparring match, not only during this season, but in the regular season series. And Sean said at the outset of game 1, I'm tired of it. See, you saw Kersey say something to Elliott. Elliott goes right up against him, and then they see the elbow shoving match.
But Greg, the trend of things breaking the Spurs' way as Portland gets timeout. 6:43 to go before the Spurs and Portland will head back to the Great Northwest for Game 7. And this is in keeping with the theme of the night, Robinson and Buck Williams as they go to their respective benches, and David offering a bit of an olive branch, Buck wanting none of it.
Bad Boy Charles Barkley, der muss ca. 10.000 Mark Strafe zahlen, weil er nach diesem Spiel gegen die Dallas Mavericks böse die Schiedsrichter beschimpft hat.
50-61, ja, der schöne kleine Vorsprung da aus dem ersten Viertel und zu Beginn des zweiten Viertels für Denver. Der ist jetzt weg nach der starken Anfangsphase. Da hat sich der Rookie wehgetan, Antonio McDyess. Eine ganz unglückliche Situation. Von seinem eigenen Mitspieler, von Dikembe Mutombo, wird McDyess da an der Nase getroffen. Schauen wir mal hin, Mutombo. Und dann mit den Fingerspitzen an der Nase entlang von Antonio McDyess. Und so unglücklich getroffen, dass McDyess sich dabei die Nase bricht. Also da fing es so gut an, dieses Spiel für McDyess. Und dann nochmal darauf achten, die rechte Hand von Mutombo. Ja, sie streift nur die Nasenspitze, aber er hat natürlich auch eine
has 28 points in the second half, including these two big ones to give Chicago the lead. Now, Elo was hit in the face, but that might have been just incidental contact.
Yeah, but it came off of the shoulder as he was defending Michael Jordan.
Wenig Fehler machen wollen und dadurch sich selbst ein wenig um ihre Möglichkeiten bringen. Dieser spektakuläre Dunking von Shaquille O'Neal wird zurückgepfiffen. Vorher Foulspiel bei dieser Aktion von Shaq gegen Ostertag. Und zu einem relativ frühen Zeitpunkt in diesem Spiel, wo doch noch einiges auf der Uhr steht, nämlich mehr als die Hälfte des letzten Viertels, gibt es nicht nur das 6. Foul gegen Shaquille O'Neal, sondern weil er meckert, wird er auch direkt aus der Halle verwiesen. Für ihn eigentlich eine ganz ordentliche Leistung mit 24 Punkten und 17 Rebounds, aber nun fehlt er seiner Mannschaft in den letzten 6 Minuten. Die Fans allerdings begleiten den Superstar mit Applaus in die Umkleidekabine. Eine kämpferisch ordentliche Vorstellung von Shaquille O'Neal. Nach dieser Szene Foul angeblich an John Stockton, aber es war kein Foul. Wenn wir genau hinsehen, da berührt er nur den Ball. Aber da gibt es so einen Mini-Schubser, aber das kann unmöglich als Foul gewertet werden. Also ein bisschen Fingerspitzengefühl hier.
From outside, doesn't he? Yeah, but you know, on that pick and roll, Dick, he should go to the basket because the layup is there. Kevin Johnson, foul. Easy now, easy. You can't let tempers go down. This is too important a ball game.
He's got to realize that in the 6th game of a conference final, you're going to get hit like that.
But see, he blew right by his man. He came in on a stagger dribble, exploded right past Terry Porter. And once he got down inside, here he is now. See, he didn't like the fact that he got hit real hard by the big guy. But when you're at that size and you go down in there, you know, you got to take it.
Foul is on Duckworth, and the 4th team foul against Portland. One more in there in the penalty.
Viel Hektik im Spiel drin zurzeit. Troy Hudson. Das sollte er besser nicht machen gegen Alonzo Mourning, einer der besten Wurfblocker in dieser Liga. Allerdings in diesem Fall funktioniert es nicht ganz. Das Foul geht gegen Alonzo Mourning und Freiwürfe für den Point Guard der Orlando Magic, Troy Hudson. Ja, oben alles Ball, aber unten berührt ihn Alonzo Mourning im Hüftbereich. Also Entscheidung geht vollkommen in Ordnung. Das Foul gegen Alonzo Mourning. Ein zweites und damit gibt es für ihn erstmal eine kleine Pause. Und Freiwürfe für Troy Hudson. Rivers offensichtlich nicht ganz einverstanden mit den Schiedsrichtern, deswegen ein technisches Foul, weil er offensichtlich gemeckert hat. Warum genau, momentan schwer zu sagen. Wegen des technischen Fouls gibt es einen Freiwurf für die Miami Heat. Wandel von Eddie Jones. Auf der Gegenseite geht es jetzt weiter
mit einem Freiwurf für Troy Hudson. Dazu bereit oder auch in der Lage, einen Horace Grant 6-7 Meter vom Korb zu verteidigen. Nur sehr wenige. Das heißt, Horace Grant bekommt sehr viele offene Würfe. Und wenn er die trifft, dann ist es natürlich prima für die Orlando Magic. Gerangelt zwischen Alonzo Mourning und Horace Grant wird geahndet mit einem Foul gegen den Centerspieler der Orlando Magic, gegen Horace Grant. Der ist mit dieser Entscheidung überhaupt nicht einverstanden. Haben wir das Ganze in der Wiederholung. Achten wir drauf. Hält Alonzo Mourning ihn eventuell am Arm fest. Schwer zu erkennen. Auch nicht gut zu sehen aus dieser Perspektive, aber sei es drum, die Entscheidung ist gefallen. Das 4. persönliche Foul gegen Horace Grant. Mannschaftsfoulgrenze ist schon erreicht, das hatten wir eben schon. Und deswegen 2 Freiwürfe für Alonzo Mourning, obwohl er nicht während des Wurfes
stand. Das möchte ich hier nochmal anführen. Die exzellente Auswärtsbilanz der Rockets. 14 Spiele, 7 Siege in fremden Hallen. Garnett. Er zählt. Continuation Rule nennen die Amerikaner das. Denn er war in der Bewegung zum Wurf. Deswegen zählt dieser.
Offense is gone between 2 guys. McDaniel and 3. McDaniel misses but chases it, and he got a jump ball.
McDaniel has 24 points tonight. Freed has 27. That's 51 out of the 78 Seattle points scored by those two.
Well, most of the time, the shooter is the guy that has an idea where the ball is going. He beats everyone to it, but gets tied up. At the start of the ball game, I said it.
La contre-attaque des Jazz avec Humphries, avec Stockton maintenant qui va se présenter seul face à Anderson. Passe à terre pour Karl Malone. Récupéré par Rodman. Et au passage, il y a faute.
Quelle intensité! Voilà Willie Anderson lui aussi un peu diminué. John Lucas dit mais c'est Malone qui fait faute. Malone qui s'est frayé.
And AC Green going at it. Cummings will get hooked up with Green, and then Green and Cummings want a little more of each other, and Cummings says, how about this? In the face, Michael Cooper, the peacemaker, comes in, and Cummings gets a piece of Cooper. It's a good thing Jack Nicholson was in Atlantic City. I think he would have been plowed under by this exchange. They exchanged a couple of players. Cummings not only lost his shirt out of this melee, he has been suspended for a game, as has Cooper for joining the first.
Sure, there's going to be people thrown out of the game. Cummings will go for sure, because after the original start of the fight, Cummings slapped AC Green. No doubt about that. He'll go. But Cooper then ran and grabbed Cummings. I think he will go too. I don't think AC will go. I think there will be 2 men ejected, Cummings and Cooper. Maybe not. Maybe neither one. Cummings is a big fella, 6'9", 230. Cooper's 176. AC Green may be hurt a little bit. The Knicks are leading by 2. Now the referees have to make the determination. Both coaches stand aside. Bernie Fryer and Bruce Alexander, the refs. I think they'll probably call it double foul and no free throws attempted. AC, who was one of those in the original melee with Cummings, may be out. I would think Cooper would have to go. Cummings is going to the locker room. That's for sure. That'll be a nice trip into New York. March 9th, won't it? Now the crowd applauding because Cummings is kicked out. A technical foul is called against the Lakers, and AC Green has been ejected. I would think it's a double technical, and you wouldn't shoot any free throws, wouldn't you, Stu?
Yes, I would, but I don't understand how 3 people got ejected, 2 of the Lakers.
Cooper got kicked out, too. I do. I understand how Coop got kicked out. I don't understand how Green did, because I didn't see the fight start. Right. Maybe Green started the fight.
Well, he did not throw the first punch, I don't think.
You don't know, though. You saw. We both saw the first punch.
seconds on the shot clock. Dumars taking it over Kevin Gamble. That was a 2-point effort. No offensive board. John Sally, he was fouling away. And this time he'll go to the line.
Yeah, see, he thinks he's split open. See, that's why he jumped up so quickly. It knocked his glasses off. Bird definitely gave a good hard foul because you know that Sally is a very poor shooter.
They're going to call the flagrant foul.
Now just keep an eye on this. Now watch Bird. Now, they called a deliberate foul because you are behind the player going for the layup. And they're saying that you could hurt him in this situation, so you get a 2-shot foul as well as the ball on the side. Now, in Sally's case, Sally draws a lot of fouls, and he only plays 23 minutes a game in the playoffs, but he's getting to the line 5 times a game. He's already missed 10.
And he just missed another one. 31-25 Pistons our score.
Rough game, man. Derek Coleman, Charles Smith. There were 6 technicals in this game. Patrick Ewing going to play peacemaker, saying, don't do that. I'm making peace here. Okay, stop it, DC. And not going to go into work inside like a pinball machine getting banged around and then takes the foul from Jason Williams and gets with the game tied.
Carolina's back in it. Get all that Georgetown. Hit the game. What a big fella.
What a great catch and turn and shoot. Still Orlando with one more chance. But the guy who just did the damage.
Picked up by Jackson. Here's Miller. And hit down from behind. That'll be a 2-shot foul. Dennis Scott trying to chase him down. And Miller will head to the line.
Well, the wild pass intended for Tree Long, not loose by Mark Jackson, who just threw it ahead as Miller going in clearly for a layup. Inadvertent trip that time by Dennis Scott. Nevertheless, a foul anyway. His right foot, Dennis Scott's catching the left foot of Reggie Miller and sending him sprawling.
Well, Reggie Miller, a 90.
Everyone's on the lookout for Brian Grant's tooth, which ends up with the coach.
Mike Dunleavy just got handed some teeth, and the look he made when he looked at them like, why me?
Monday, Barry works hard for these two.
He takes a little sip of that Coca-Cola there.
None of them working.
In L.A., and neither one of the Johnsons was a factor in their first meeting back on November 7th, and we're going to show you the reason why. You might recall this little square-off between Magic and Kevin.
Well, both of them got upset early in the game after about 3 minutes, and you know, Magic is the veteran point guard in the West, and Kevin Johnson trying to make his mark, and tempers flared. They were both ejected, and you can see what both players mean to their individual teams. Kevin Johnson.
And we're at home tonight against the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls will, of course, always give the ball to Michael Jordan when they have a chance, but this time he ran in to Rick Mahorn. Jordan stayed in the game. Mahorn went out. Jordan having a good night, gets the alley-oop.
For a select few, a lesson in manners. Rookies for the coaches, and oh, how there's pressure out there on Nelson's ejections and Pat Riley's hair. From the pole, one was a... Chris Mullen, I'll play as hard as I can, but please, Mr. Santa, can I have a big man? It's a tough old game. Your mind sometimes boggles. Kareem is gone, but we still have the goggles. Hang on to that ball. It's your ticket to fame. And pray to the gods that you don't come up lame. Up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Some of Superman's stunts are totally insane. And everywhere you look, there's action in Irvin.
Speaking of good moves, Lonnie T-Bats and AC Green. MC Hammer.
The Knicks. Tough night for Isaiah, as you can see, elbowed, cut over the eye.
Get off his back. It's my man, son. We just chilling. It's that stuff. I'm taking him up. Oh, all right. Okay. But y'all.
Zeigen, was man so drauf hat. Und Legende in Washington, das kann man wohl sagen.
What we gonna do? Golden Ball. What we gonna do?